There's a silent sign of blocked arteries that starts in your feet, and it's something almost nobody talks about. Yet it could be one of the earliest warnings your body gives you before something much more serious happens. This sign often appears long before any chest pain, shortness of breath, or classic heart symptoms. The reason is simple. Your feet are the farthest point from your heart. They rely on strong, open arteries to get the blood they need, all the way down to your toes. When your arteries start to narrow or clog, the very first place you'll feel the effects is your feet, not your chest, not your head, your feet. This silent sign is so easy to ignore because it doesn't feel like a heart problem. It feels like a leg problem, a foot issue, or just poor circulation. You might notice a bit of discomfort, a change in temperature, or a strange sensation that comes and goes. But this single, overlooked feeling can reveal the early stages of peripheral artery disease, a condition that shares the same root cause as heart attacks and strokes. If you don't recognize it early, the consequences can be devastating. So, what is this silent sign? It's pain, tightness, numbness, burning, or a feeling of coldness in your feet that begins when you walk and completely disappears when you stop. This pattern isn't random. It's not just aging, fatigue, or your shoes. It's your arteries struggling to deliver enough oxygen to your muscles and tissues. When your feet send this signal, they are warning you that your entire vascular system might be under stress. Let's break it down. When arteries narrow, blood flow decreases. When blood flow decreases, oxygen delivery is limited. And when your muscles don't get enough oxygen, they start to protest. This is why you might feel a cold sensation in one or both feet. It's why you might feel tingling when you walk or notice your toes getting pale or bluish. It's why a simple walk that used to feel easy now makes your calves or feet feel tight, heavy, or painful after just a short distance. Your arteries are whispering a warning, and your feet are the speakers delivering the message. If you ignore this sign, it won't stay silent for long. It gets louder. The pain that used to only appear during a walk might start showing up at night. You might notice that one foot feels colder than the other, even in a warm room. You might discover that small cuts or blisters take far too long to heal. You could feel a persistent numbness, like your foot is falling asleep more often than it should. Over time, reduced circulation can even change the color of your toes, turning them pale, purplish, or slightly blue. These aren't trivial details. They are urgent signals that your arterial system is struggling to supply your tissues with life-sustaining oxygen. The reason this matters so much is because peripheral artery disease isn't just a leg issue. It's a huge red flag for what's happening in the rest of your body. If you have plaque buildup in the arteries of your legs, there's an almost certain chance there's plaque buildup in the arteries of your heart. The same process that narrows the arteries in your feet is the same one that narrows the arteries supplying your heart muscle. This is why people with peripheral artery disease face a drastically higher risk of heart attack and stroke. Your legs are revealing what your heart hasn't told you yet. Plaque buildup happens slowly, sometimes over many years. Fatty deposits accumulate inside the artery walls, causing inflammation. The walls stiffen, and the opening narrows. As the space for blood flow shrinks, oxygen becomes limited. At first, your heart compensates by pumping harder, but eventually, the strain becomes too much. But long before your chest ever hurts, your feet might already be signaling the danger. The risk factors for blocked arteries are incredibly common. High blood pressure strains your artery walls. High cholesterol fuels plaque buildup. Diabetes damages blood vessels from the inside out. Smoking dramatically accelerates the narrowing of arteries. Even chronic stress and a sedentary lifestyle contribute, as arteries stay healthy when they're used regularly. One of the most important things to remember is the difference between normal fatigue and this specific circulation pain, which doctors call claudication. Normal fatigue gets better with rest, but claudication follows a predictable pattern. It starts with activity and disappears when you stop. This happens because your muscles demand more oxygen when you move, and when your arteries can't deliver, pain appears. Once you stop moving, the demand for oxygen drops, and the pain fades away. This pattern is a classic early sign of blocked arteries. If any of this sounds familiar, please don't ignore it. Talk to your doctor. It's a conversation that could save your life. Thanks for watching. Have you ever felt a cramp or tightness in your calf when you walk that magically disappears when you stop to rest? People don't realize it's their body begging for attention. If one foot feels noticeably colder than the other, it could mean blood flow is reduced. Next, look at the color of your toes. Healthy toes should be a nice pinkish color. If they look pale or bluish, that's a red flag. But these lifestyle changes are most effective when you start them early. That's why recognizing the symptoms is so vital. Don't ignore that pain when you walk. Pay attention if one foot always feels like an ice block. Do not dismiss it if your toes look a strange color or if a small cut on your foot takes forever to heal. Your feet often reveal the truth about your vascular health long before your heart does. Blocked arteries aren't just a heart issue. They affect your entire body, and your feet are the first to feel the impact because they're the farthest from the pump. When your feet whisper for help, it's a message you can't afford to ignore. They are telling you the story of your heart. Don't wait for chest pain. Don't wait for a crisis or a warning that comes too late. Pay attention now. Take action now. Protect your health by respecting the signals your body is sending you. They are the earliest, quietest, and most important warnings you will ever receive. If this message opened your eyes to something new, please subscribe for more life-saving information about your body's silent symptoms. Your health depends on understanding what your body is trying to tell you before it's too late. Thanks for watching.